All right, well, good day to you, everyone. Tom here with another presentation. This is a plein air study from New Plymouth, Idaho. And I found this location, and I thought, what a fitting place to paint. For more personal reasons than maybe I should go into right now. But anyway, I started this painting on site, finished it up in my hotel room. This is the photo reference that I took, and so you can see the difference between the photo reference and the plein air piece. And now I'm going to be moving from the plein air watercolor into an oil painting of it. This is going to be, what size? I think it's 11 by 17, I believe. No, it's longer than that. It's a longer. Anyway, I can't name the size of it. Sorry about that. So anyway, I'm just starting off in my usual way with the oil painting. I'm laying down a monochromatic color. Now, this monochromatic color is actually a mixture of just simple red, yellow, and blue. If you look briefly at my palette there, that's just what you're seeing. Red, yellow, blue with a bit of white. I never used any white in this first stretch. I just used the three colors of red, yellow, and blue. So everything is going down very transparently right now. The nice thing about that is how glowing the colors can look, because you don't have white paint to deaden the light as it travels through the layers of color. And here the color is reflecting back out off of that primed surface very nicely, and so there's a wonderful glow in the scene, and I think that'll be a little more self-evident as we get deeper into the painting. But for now, this is just my start, establishing that horizon between earth and sky and working out the sky and cloud patterns, and then starting in with the elements in the earth itself. So trying to get that mixed up just right to lay down the beginnings of the tree that is there. So that spring tree, before the buds started opening up, just painting that barren tree is kind of like what I call the bones of trees. And I'm not sure if that originates with me, but when you see trees without leaves on them, there's an incredible skeletal structure there. Very complex. Trees are pretty amazing forms of life, and so I like to try and capture a little of that when I can. So as I'm working here, I'm kind of trying to bring all things up together in the same way, bringing the whole painting up together. And so it's coming up in pieces. Basically, my whole reason for doing a monochromatic start to a painting is to simply keep in mind value first. Light against dark, dark against light. That is how we see the world. That is how we experience it. That's how we can differentiate things and separate things visually from each other. And so that's what I'm doing here, is I'm doing this monochromatic study. I take color out of the equation just long enough to work on drawing and value, and then as I bring color in, it starts to make a little more sense. And I've been doing a lot of part ones and part twos, and this is going to be part one of the process of doing this painting. So you'll see the finished monochromatic start, but then there will be a second video depicting the actual painting of the local colors. And another oil painting I tried that with. I got the monochromatic start done first, and then my old camera gave out on me. And so I couldn't get the color painting recorded like I thought I was doing. So hopefully it'll work this round. I've got a new camera that I think serves me well. I'm really paying close attention to edges. Lost and found, hard and soft edges, trying to create those edges between one form of the scene and another, so that it says what it's trying to be, such as that tree and the whole conglomeration of small twigs that spread out and create that kind of a soft edge between the tree and the sky in the background. And then the other elements of the tree that I'm painting in. Now, in the photo reference, often you can see points of departure for me between what the photo shows and what I'm depicting in the painting. And I'm perfectly okay with doing that. I like to maybe change it up just a little bit. An example of that would be how the land rises in the background on the right side of the painting there, as compared with what the photo is seeing as you're looking at it there. So now I'm coming in with stronger darks, about as dark I think as I can get with those three colors that I'm mixing. I almost exclusively use flats as I paint, especially in oil painting. If I'm using a round, it's usually a small round just to sign my name, just to lay down my signature. That's about it. Otherwise, it's all flats. And I prefer flats over brights. I love the length and the flexibility of the bristles and the amount of paint that they can hold. A bright can move paint nicely sometimes, but I find I was just looking in my quiver the other day, and I think I've got maybe 2 brights and everything else is a flat. Okay. Size of brushes, they really all depend. They range from size 3 or 4 on the flats up to a size 20, I think. I use mostly synthetic brushes. I like the flexibility of those bristles. Some friends of mine are firm believers in hog's hair brushes, and when I'm working on canvas on a large scale, I think a harder bristled brush, such as a hog's hair brush, might be the best option. But for me, typically the way that I work, these small synthetic brushes are fine. Often people will ask, what kind of brushes do you use? Sometimes I wonder if they're asking that because they think maybe it's the key to success. It really isn't a key to success. You could, if you knew how to move paint around on a surface with a stick and make it work, that would be great. What's far and away most important above everything else is drawing skill. I really feel the need to emphasize that at almost every opportunity I have. Drawing skill. It's at the foundation of it all, and it's what the artist needs to learn and know. Takes practice, takes time, takes experience to be able to get that skill, so invest the time and practice. The most important thing any artist can do is to get themselves a sketchbook and to sketch and work every day. All right, so back to the painting itself. You can see some greens starting to appear, very grayed out greens in the distance, while I've got some warmer reddish, brownish, yellowish kind of colors coming into the foreground. I'll continue to work with that some when I go into the full color piece. But as I'm looking at the painting of the sky, the painting of the sky itself, boy, I am tempted to keep it that amber color. I don't know. Kind of torn right now as to what I'm going to do there. So I'm going to be thinking about that as I get ready to paint the next stage of this painting. Yeah, it's got me puzzling. If you have any thoughts or comments you want to share on that, please do so. Let me know what you think about this as it's coming together. Do you think I should lay in more true sky colors, or do you think that amber color is good enough? I don't know. So there we have the piece as it is finished at this point. I did do some work after the main recording, putting in the fence line, putting in that smaller tree on the left in the distance, but that's pretty much the painting. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Take care, and be looking for the next painting, and thanks for coming along for the ride.